All right. Hey guys. This is Digi, aka Chris, I guess, on video number 12. And we are going to discuss something a little different today. Because I recently had a wrist injury. And yeah, it was called de Curvans, or I've heard it pronounced a few different ways. So yeah, I didn't know what it was, but I was like, my wrist just started hurting. Well, I, this is where my wrist started hurting right here, and I don't know. I just did a Google image, and I was like, oh, yep, that about sums it up. That's where the pain is. So anyway, I want to tell you a little bit of how to prevent your wrists from hurting, general wrist pain. Well, we're gonna learn how to prevent general pain. Okay, so um, I guess to start out with, as macro players, we press a lot of buttons. As StarCraft players in general, we press a lot of buttons. But I am a macro player and I press a lot of buttons. So, um, I even remember when I was in high school, um, I was like in choir. I was a choir boy, by the way. And I remember like in choir like holding a binder like this. And I remember after choir my wrists would hurt. I was like, damn, like my wrists hurt. And that wasn't even like playing like normal games. I was like playing these random awesome, I don't know, these random custom games. I don't know. But anyway, I was still pressing a lot of buttons, and I started doing these wrist dumbbell workouts. And yeah, after I started doing that, it hurt at first, but the wrist problems went away. And so um, yeah, so like until like 2 weeks ago, I didn't really have any issues. So yeah, so 2 weeks ago, my this is where my thumb started hurting right here, and um, yeah, I don't know. It's not that bad. It's not like I'm making this video like, oh yeah, you guys definitely don't want this. It's more like, well, it's just preventable, and I'm just gonna show you how to prevent it. So um, I'm gonna show you how to prevent it. So 1 second. So just grab like a 10, 15, or 20 pound dumbbell, and I'm going to scoot back a little bit. So just move your wrist up and down with the dumbbell and do that for like, I don't know, like 20 seconds once a day. You probably don't even need it like once a day, probably every other day. I'm like, I like do the bare minimum. I'm like so lazy when it comes to stretching and stuff. But anyway, so yeah, just 20 seconds is all you should need, and yeah, just okay. Sorry. Let me start over. So this is what I originally did to stop my wrist from hurting, but it doesn't prevent de Quervain's syndrome. So the way to prevent de Quervain's is you go up and down like this. And actually, this is the hand that has it, so I don't know. Can't really remember if my doctor said it's okay to do that, but I don't know. He said it's kind of benign. I went to the doctor this Monday, so it's been almost a week, and yeah, so that's actually a funny story in itself. He was like, oh Chris, here, give me your thumb. And he's like, does he did something with it? And I was like, nope, it doesn't hurt. And then he did something else with it, and I was like, yep, that hurts. And he's like, okay, you have de Quervain syndrome. And he said it's kind of benign, so it's not too bad. But back to what I said earlier. I'm just telling you how to prevent it. So that's what I was getting at with this workout. So you can go this way too. That will prevent it, and you can go up and down like this to prevent it as well. So there's 3 different motions. There's this way, and to the side. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys that because yeah, I think that you shouldn't have to deal with it. So anyway, um, yeah, I think if you're playing StarCraft any more than like 15 hours a week, you should definitely be doing some wrist workouts so that you don't have any potential you're eliminating the potential to get an injury. Let's see. Oh yeah, so then there was something else that I did that helped me out. I purchased this new mouse, so I'll show you that now. It's called the Red Dragon Perdition. So this is the software you install when you buy the mouse. I'm not saying you have to buy this mouse, but I don't know. I just bought it because, well, here, I'm getting to that. So this is the front here where my cursor is here. And I'm going to click side. So this is the side of the mouse. So I bought it specifically because it has these buttons down here. So if you imagine if your hand's on the mouse, your thumb generally is like in the lower region of the mouse. So I guess as a macro player, I use many hotkeys. So I would use the back and forward buttons, which are normally up here on a mouse, like where the 3 and 6 are on this mouse. And I noticed that as I press the back and forward buttons, that's what kind of makes my thumb hurt a little more. So I bought this mouse because then my thumb doesn't have to go up to press the back and forward buttons. It can stay relaxed down here and press the back and forward buttons. So, so first off, I like to use the back and forward buttons as 0 and 9 because I don't know, I didn't buy like a fancy keyboard. I don't know, I don't have like a mechanical keyboard. For some reason I never really cared about that. So anyway, I just got around it by using the back and forward keys as 0 and 9. And I also use F3 as number 8. Okay, that has nothing to do with the video. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, so yeah, I bought this mouse because now my thumb doesn't hurt when I press the back and forward keys. So if you look here, I made one. I told the mouse to have 1 be the forward and 4 be the backward key, and I just disabled all the other ones so that I don't have to worry about accidentally pressing a button while I'm playing StarCraft. Which, by the way, I took a sick day from work yesterday and played StarCraft for like 10 hours. And my wrist is doing fine, so trust me, these dumbbell workouts work really well. That was the best sick day of my life. Holy shit. All right. That's probably why I'm making these videos too, because I'm like, fuck, I played so much StarCraft yesterday. All right. So yeah, I don't know. I like this mouse. To sum up the video, I really like this mouse. Okay, so another reason I like it, one, the DPI. I know my DPI should be lower, but this is kind of nice. I don't know, you can make the DPI go as low as like 100. And then you can make the mouse, I don't know, beam whatever color you want. Mine's on orange right now. I'm not sure why it says it's on white, but it kind of looks cool. Okay, that has nothing to do with the video too. So anyway, just I guess I just recommend getting a mouse where it has some buttons down here. I don't care what the mouse is, just or if you just want to use a keyboard and make your left hand do a little more work, then I don't know, then you don't have to worry about your thumb having an issue. But yeah, for me, I like to make my left hand do a little less work and give my right hand more options. It'd be interesting if StarCraft 3 implements like some feat. You can like do like, I don't know. I thought that'd be funny if you could like press stuff with your feet, do more hotkey stuff, orders and commands. Anyway, so yeah, that's another way to prevent your wrist from hurting. Keep your thumb in a more relaxed position. Let's see. Do I have anything else to say? Oh, yeah. I was going to show you guys on StarCraft where to change your hotkeys if you do want to, I don't know, get a different mouse or whatever, or if you want to use your back and forward keys as hotkeys. So I just went to options, global, control groups, Create control groups. As I said before, I use F3 as well so that I don't have to reach for the 8 key. So then my left hand is nice and cozy on the left side of the keyboard. So anyway, here's the alternative for creating control group 9. So I use the back button. And then the alternative for create control group 10 is the forward button. So like, I don't know, I use the 9 for my Reaper Scout. That's just the way I do it. Doesn't mean it's better than yours. And then I use 10 for like Widow Mines. Yeah, that's just what I do. And I'm really used to it, so there ain't no going back now. So, let's see. So you have to change multiple things on the settings and hotkeys in StarCraft. So to select it, you have to change the alternative to back and forward, and F3 if you want to do F3, whatever. And then also shift. You have to change the alternatives to adding to the control group. Yeah, I think that's about it. I can't really think of anything else to say, really. So yeah, just do those wrist workouts and keep your wrists healthy. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good weekend.